Tell us what you found in these protein bars that has worried you so much.
So the documentary really is all about ultra processed food. So, we've focused in and we've created this bar as a kind of, vehicle to get the conversation going. It could have been a children's cereal, it could have been a lunchbox snack for kids, but because of me being in the fitness space, I thought it makes sense. So, I don't want people to think it's just about protein bars. There's more to it.
Hmm.
Um, and it's a case of like the thing about health products, they look very healthy on the outside and they can be sort of sold as health products, but actually some of the ingredients have been linked to, serious diet-related diseases. So there's chemicals, sweeteners, additives, stabilizers, gums, all these things. And some
Yeah.
of these things have been shown to increase the risk of, stroke, early death, cancers, anxiety, depression. There's lots of research now. So it's quite provocative, but it's really got a conversation going, that's for sure.
Do you eat ultra processed foods?
I mean, I definitely do, yeah, and I've talked about that in the documentary, and also just in general. I grew up on a council estate on benefits, very low income family. My mum left home at 15. She didn't know how to cook, so it was frozen food. Everything was in a microwave. I had a cupboard full of ultra processed snacks, chocolate, Sunny Delight. I was drinking cans of Coke at 5, 6 years old. Like that's just my diet, and so I do struggle to eat this stuff in moderation because I was exposed to it so
Mm.
early. And I do think that these ingredients and the way they're put together, and the sugar specifically, like is an addictive substance in the way it triggers the brain. It's the reward system, and it's really hard for so many people to eat this stuff in moderation. So
Yeah.
the argument is like, Joe, let people eat what they want to eat. It's about moderation and balance. I agree with that. But when up to 80% of a child's diet in the UK right now today is coming from ultra processed foods, we have to address this and talk about it.
Professor Tim Spector, is a little bit worried about some of the conclusions in your programme. He says that it might panic people, that it might frighten people away from every product that comes in a packet. So, are we saying that ultra processed food can be part of a balanced diet? They just need to be. You just need to know what they are.
Of course, look, and like I said, I don't think there's a world where we can completely eradicate these from our food system. But if you reduce your ultra processed food intake, you're going to have to eat real foods, whole foods, more fiber, more protein, more nutritious food. So it's not about trying to go from 100 to zero. We're just
Yeah.
trying to reduce the consumption. And, it's like if we do nothing, if I say nothing and stand up to this and actually have a conversation about it, we're just going to carry on. Our children, 1 in 4 children in the UK are living with obesity,
Yeah.
type 2 diabetes on the rise, all the visual things you see, but actually mental health is on the, anxiety, depression, and all these longer lasting impacts, which is the increase in cancers. Like we have to talk about this and we have to put pressure somewhere. I can't put it on you as a consumer. It has to be on the government and the food companies
Yeah.
manufacturing the foods.
Do you think you talked about obesity there, and there has been studies done about the link between ultra processed food and the ubiquity of it and obesity, which is rising in this country as it has exploded in America. Do you think obesity is a disease?
I mean, it's causing a lot of troubles for a lot of people, and it's something that is on the rise. And over years and years of like trying to make change and see things happen, all we're seeing is more children living with obesity. And we can talk about lack of exercise and a more sedentary lifestyle, but I still think it's the food that's driving it because
Mm.
we're over consuming these energy dense foods. And whether you believe in this thing of like, is it the chemicals, the additives, the sweeteners, all these man-made synthetic ingredients, or is it just the fact that it's high in salt, fat, and sugar that's driving the illness? But diet-related disease is killing people. Up to 14% of early premature deaths in the UK are coming from, from diet-related diseases. So this is a really like it's killing us. So it's not nice to talk about it, but it's important that we do
Well,
because
I've got the
it's only going
answer.
to get worse.
I've got the answer.
Go on.
It's easy. Mounjaro, Ozempic, Wegovy, slap it in a jab the nation, we're going. Do you think that's part of the solution to this?
I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but I haven't publicly spoken about this because it's quite a controversial thing as well, and it's also quite emotive. People are getting great results with it, and it's working.
Yeah.
I don't want to judge anybody that's using it, but I'll always promote health. I'll always promote exercise and nutrition and cooking as a solution, like the long-term fix for this, because I think you can get results on it. But my main concern is when you do come off it, if you're going to have it for a series of a period of time,
Hmm.
are you addressing the psychological issue around food and your deeper kind of food psychology? But it's also the environment doesn't change. You're still going to be exposed to ultra processed food from the moment you leave the house to schools to to train stations, vending machines, airports, trains, everywhere we go.
Do you see it as
The
cheating?
environment makes it hard. Yeah, it makes it hard.
Do you see it as
It's
cheating, taking those jabs?
I'm not going to say I think it's cheating because the ironic thing is I met a girl in the gym in Manchester. I was up there yesterday, and she said to me, "Oh, Joe, I bought your app a few weeks ago." And she goes, "Don't judge me. I've been doing the jab for the last couple of years." And she showed me a before and after picture. And I looked at this girl thinking like she's always been fit. She looked quite fit. She's like, "Joe, I've lost 6 stone using
Yeah, yeah.
Mounjaro." And I was like, there you go. It's an example. Like it's really helped this woman change her life. She's now exercised. She's got the confidence. So it's just not black and white. There's so
Mhm.
many nuances to that. But
So
I
you're
do.
broadly positive, though, of the fact that these things exist to help people.
I don't. I'm very uneasy about the idea of giving it to young kids.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
giving it to younger teenagers. But you know,
But
it,
generally,
it,
for
it's.
adult population,
I think it's a solution, but I don't think it's for everyone. I don't think. I don't know. I mean, have we got long-term research to show it works? Are people? It's like any super low-calorie diet because ultimately it's a calorie restriction thing. It takes away the noise. You're fasting. You're intermittent fasting, right? You're not eating as much. So do you bounce back and regain the weight? I mean, I don't know if there's enough studies to say that, but look, I can't sit here and slag it off, but I'm also not going to promote it. Do you know what I mean? I really think that the answer to our problems is not waiting for the government to do anything. It's about us changing the way we eat, being inspired to cook more, planning our meals, batch cooking, taking control of our diet, and not relying on, ultra processed foods and injections to change our physical health.
great to talk to you. Massively appreciate your time.